Public Expenditure Minister Jack Chambers has said that the number of judicial reviews of planning decisions are growing exponentially and are being weaponised by narrow interests. As part of the government's infrastructure plan due this week, curbs will be placed on judicial reviews.
Dublin's Metrolink was on track to begin construction in 2027 after getting through planning. But a group of residents in Dartmouth Square in Ranelagh have taken a judicial review challenging the decision, which could seriously delay the plan. The government wants to crack down on the number of judicial reviews holding up critical infrastructure projects like this.
We fundamentally need to reform the issues of judicial reviews across the economy. They're being weaponised by narrow interests, and we need a fundamental reset of that. And I'll be advancing a series of legal but also regulatory reforms to rebalance regulation in the Irish economy.
The head of the Land Development Agency was one of the members of the Infrastructure Task Force who advised on what needs to change.
We have one very significant project in South Dublin that is delayed for about 1,000 homes due to the judicial review. Given that that's going to put about 2 years into the time frame, with cost inflation, that's going to add about €30 million to the overall project cost.
But the opposition pointed the finger at the government for being to blame for hold-ups.
Well, the single biggest cause of delay in the delivery of housing and critical infrastructure is the government. Lack of investment, too much red tape and bureaucracy, and not enough staff in our planning authorities or the courts. So if the government wants to fix those problems, then they need to focus on those.
Building houses and accelerating infrastructure projects are central to the government's ambitions, but whether this latest plan manages to streamline delivery remains to be seen.
Well, Sandra is with us now. That is the question, I suppose, Sandra. Government have been under pressure to get things done. How will these steps help?
Yes, well, this reflects a frustration in the coalition, in the cabinet, on backbenches and among business groups about the ability of the state and successive governments to get stuff done, to really deliver on those big projects. So here we're talking about roads, housing, water treatment plants and energy infrastructure. So the government has been working on this for a while. This plan is going to be unveiled this week. Some of it will involve new legislation to fast-track infrastructure projects. There's even going to be a special bill which is sort of billed as a nuclear option for projects of national importance. And as you saw there, they are looking to reduce the grounds on which judicial reviews can be taken. So put all this together, there's a huge push on now in terms of delivery, a realisation in the government that they have to get this stuff done. So they've had a task force looking at this for a while. They're now coming up with the full plan. But as you say, the question here is whether they really will deliver for a growing, rapidly growing population which needs greater services. And it remains to be seen. The stakes are high here, but it remains to be seen whether this really can deliver as they are looking for it to do.
Yes, we shall see. Sandra, thank you.